everybody. First of all, welcome to the online tutorial video prepared by ADLINK Technology Incorporated. The subject of the introduction prepared for you today is a piece of software called the Dynamic Signal Assistant. The Dynamic Signal Assistant is a software utility designed specially for PCI 9527, which was released by ADLINK Technology Incorporated this year. First, I will spend some time introducing the characteristics of PCI 9527. Then we will get into today's main topic, introducing the Dynamic Signal Assistant. To make it easier for you to understand this software, we've also prepared a live demo to display how to operate the Dynamic Signal Assistant and to give you a deeper impression. Finally comes the conclusion of this tutorial. PCI 9527 is a 24-bit high-resolution dynamic signal acquisition module. This card has two analog input channels and is able to acquire synchronized external signals simultaneously, equipped with an extremely stable and low noise circuit, making it easier to analyze audio and other signals such as noise. Besides the analog input, it also has two analog output channels, allowing users to output self-defined waveforms, which means output of any kinds of waveforms, making it more convenient to use as an audio signal source and for full system integration testing. There's also an external digital trigger input-output connector, allowing analog input and analog output operations to be triggered and started with an external device. For us here at ADLINK, PCI 9527 is our first product specially designed and developed for areas in audio signal and vibration testing. In other words, with the announcement of this product, we have more chances to expand our business into the application of audio signal and vibration testing. Although this is just a board, it is also the stepping stone for our crossover into this field. In terms of the entire application field, PCI 9527 is equipped with the basic functions needed for audio signal and vibration testing. The biggest difference is the average sampling rate of similar products only reaches 200 ks per second, but PCI 9527 is equipped with an ADC sampling rate as high as 432 ks per second. With such a high sampling rate, it not only covers the range needed for ordinary audio signal and noise testing, it also allows 9527 to be applied in other fields. In the past, the dynamic signal acquisition board choices available on the market were few, but with the release of PCI 9527, the customers have more choices and they can purchase the same functions for a cheaper price. For our customers, this is a boon. To satisfy the needs for audio signal and vibration applications, besides providing the various characteristics for the hardware, PCI 9527 also provides excellent extended support for the software. For customers who usually like to develop programs using VC or VB, we provided DSA/DASK for customers to do entry-level program development. For the majority of software developers who use LabVIEW and MATLAB, we also provided DAQ Pilot to support LabVIEW and MATLAB. Last but not least, to make it easier for customers to use PCI 9527, we developed a software called the Dynamic Signal Assistant. What is the Dynamic Signal Assistant? What can the software help customers achieve? Please take a look at the following introduction. What is a Dynamic Signal Assistant? As we mentioned before, ADLINK Technology Incorporated provided PCI 9527, which is suitable to test audio and vibration signals. Therefore, the Dynamic Signal Assistant is a software utility used with PCI 9527. It provides an intuitive user interface, allowing customers to set and operate PCI 9527 without having to write any programming codes. This software displays the voltage data acquired by PCI 9527 on the screen in real time, allowing users to see the acquired data immediately. It also provides a basic FFT analysis to analyze the dynamic characteristics of acquired data. Also, the software provides an interface allowing users to directly set the output waveform for AO, for example sine wave, square wave, or triangular wave. Setting parameters such as frequency and vibration amplitude with button presses allows PCI 9527 to output basic waveforms for testing. The Dynamic Signal Assistant provides real-time AI data storing on the hard drive, allowing it to be used for follow-up numerical computational analysis with third-party software after the user saves the AI data into files. Finally, the dynamic signal assistant can read historical data and display it on the screen. Now, let's perform actual operations of this software to allow you to have a deeper impression. This live demo mainly uses the PCI 9527 along with the dynamic signal assistant to test the audio signal quality of popular MP3 players available on the market. We selected two MP3 players. One is iPod Shuffle, the other is some other brand's MP3 player. Let's compare the audio output quality of these two MP3 players. The standard audio frequency testing file has been placed on both of these MP3 players. Here we use the standard 1 kHz sine wave as our testing audio frequency. By sending the audio frequency signal from the MP3 player to PCI 9527 and by using the dynamic signal assistant, we'll acquire and analyze the audio frequency quality. Now let's start the dynamic signal assistant. After starting up the dynamic signal assistant, there will be 5 buttons in the top left corner. First, let's click the device button to select the PCI 9527 we wish to start up. Press Setup directly, then click the Input button. There are 4 smaller windows in this window. First of all, the small window in the top left corner is called Channel Configuration. We can set the AI parameters for 9527. For example, we can set the input range of the AI and whether its configuration is differential or pseudo-differential. We can also set whether its AI is AC coupling or DC coupling. In this window, we can also set the sampling rate for PCI 9527's AI. Let's key in 44.1K as its sampling rate here. Also, we can set the length of the acquiring data here. After setting the AI parameters, let's take a look on the right side. There's a time domain window in the top right corner. The data acquired by PCI 9527 will be displayed in this window. On the bottom right corner is a frequency domain window. After performing FFT operations on the data in the time domain window, the spectrum data will be displayed in this frequency domain. Okay, now let's perform 9527's acquisition. First, press the Acquire button, then 9527 will start to acquire data. Currently there's no data, so the time displays a waveform close to DC. Now, let's connect our first MP3 player onto 9527 and take a look at its audio signal quality. Okay, now we can see that some data is acquired in the time domain window. Let's zoom in on the y-axis of the time domain window. We can see that the time domain window displays the voltage data acquired by 9527. Okay, similarly, the frequency domain window will display its spectrum data simultaneously. Let's also zoom in on its y-axis. We mentioned earlier that the testing pattern that we placed on the MP3 player, the audio signal pattern is 1 kHz. From the displayed spectrum, we can see that the analyzed result displayed on the spectrum is close to our 1 kHz. So, how do we determine whether this audio signal quality is good or bad? We can see that on the bottom left corner there's a button labeled Calculate. Press it. We can find out about the parameters of its dynamic characteristics through performing operations on the spectrum data displayed in the frequency domain window. For example, after we performed our operations, this MP3 player's signal-to-noise ratio is approximately 86 decibels, and its total harmonic distortion is almost negative 99 decibels. From this simple calculation, we can find out about the quality of this audio signal. Okay, this is the calculated result of the audio signal quality for the first MP3 player. Now let's look at the testing of another MP3 player. Now, I connected another MP3 player to send in its signal. We can see that the signal of this MP3 player has already been acquired. Let's press the Calculate button directly to take a look at the calculated results. You can see that the SNR of the audio signal of this MP3 player is approximately 81.3 decibels, and its total harmonic distortion is only negative 85 decibels. So, when compared to the first MP3 player, they differ quite a lot. From the simple acquisition and calculation, we can quickly determine that the audio signal quality of the first MP3 player was better. This was a simple testing example of the dynamic signal assistant. From the previous live demo, we know that the dynamic signal assistant is software that can help users. By using PCI 9527 along with the dynamic signal assistant, users can set and operate PCI 9527 faster and focus on analysis operations after acquiring data. After confirming that the entire testing concept is correct and feasible with this software, then performing integrated development with the driver provided by ADLINK Technology Incorporated, you're allowed easier, faster, and more accurate completion of audio frequency and vibration testing projects and items. The above-mentioned introduction to the concept of the dynamic signal assistant. Thank you.